Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Jordan has already sent congressional subpoenas for Alvin Bragg and others to testify before Congress. PBS NewsHour Manhattan District Attorney Bragg sues Representative Jordan over Trump indictment inquiry. Bragg, a Democrat, has asked a judge to invalidate subpoenas congressional that Jordan, the chair of the House Judiciary Committee, has or plans to issue as part of an investigation of Bragg's handling of the case, the first criminal prosecution of a former U.S. president. Why do you think the Manhattan DA does not want to testify before Congress? Whenever Democrats forced everyone around Trump to testify, their petulant and very malicious response would be, well, you have nothing to be afraid of. Don't you want to, what are you afraid of? Just go ahead and testify. If you're innocent, nothing bad will happen. Okay, in this case, it's the Manhattan District Attorney that utilized a federal statute that doesn't exist to elevate the misdemeanors. So Trump did not commit an actual federal statute. The FEC didn't even find Trump. They fined Clinton and the DNC. And according to Jim Jordan, he used federal funds, Alvin Bragg, to indict Trump and to investigate Trump. So it's not the state, it's not the federal government that's infringing upon the state, okay? It is absolutely not the federal government that's infringing upon the state, because the FEC didn't even list a crime. So if the FEC, if Trump did not commit a crime, okay, why is it that the Manhattan District Attorney is accusing Trump of a federal crime when the FEC and the federal government, the DOJ, Biden's DOJ, didn't find a crime? And his predecessor couldn't find a crime either. So Cy Vance retired, didn't indict Trump. The question, of course, is, did Alvin Bragg or any prosecutor meet with a Democrat? Is this politically motivated? Which, of course, it is. At a certain point, even the morally superior among us who believe it's okay if it is politically motivated, if your vantage point is that it's no problem because Trump is such a menace to society as the country continues to just descend into free fall, both in terms of the economy and foreign policy, it's like a dystopian nightmare. But if that is your vantage point, because there's been that viewpoint out there, well, it doesn't matter, Trump is such a menace. Well, then go ahead and state that. Then the Manhattan District Attorney should simply say in Congress, look, we just went after Trump because we think he's a menace, and just be proud of that viewpoint. Of course, any conviction will be overturned with that. Hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go to hagoodman.com to read my writing in The Hill, The Huffington Post, Salon, The Jerusalem Post, The Federalist, and other publications. And go to contactgoodman88@gmail.com if you want to become part of a newsletter. The super thanks is below next to the like and the share buttons. And also, my Patreon link is below. Chairman Jordan, Alvin Bragg is using federal funds to target President Trump. That was 6 days ago. Jim Jordan actually has a channel on YouTube. He should have millions of subs. He has 73,000 subs. He's awesome. And so you have federal funds being used. And, you know, that YouTube segment will be below. So he's already sent or will send the subpoena for congressional testimony. They don't want to testify because very likely, almost certainly, there's a reason that Cy Vance wasn't able to indict Trump and that Alvin Bragg was able to, or decided to indict Trump. Okay? You don't have, if there's no federal crime, you can't, this is the thing. They have to bend over backwards to find a crime with Trump. And even people on the left who despise Trump say, this is nothing. This will probably get overturned. They might actually, like Alan Dershowitz says, they might actually convict him. But the conviction will be overturned on appeal, even if it goes to the Supreme Court. The Virginia governor's corruption case in 2016 was overturned for lack of evidence. There's even less evidence here in this case. Where's the evidence? He didn't have a server. He didn't have servers siphoning top secret intel. Where's the evidence? He doesn't have an incriminating laptop. You have evidence with Clinton. Then the rebuttal is, or Hunter, well, you can't prove that. I mean, they will make their rebuttal to Hunter and Joe will be, you cannot prove that the money Hunter was receiving from the company that benefited from Joe forcing out a prosecutor is linked to the email where the company executive asks for influence. And you can also prove that, you can't prove that the hundreds of millions of dollars in shady and suspicious business transactions investigated by banks has anything to do with this. I mean, that's their mentality. You have to, like, all the evidence that shows massive corruption from the Bidens, you need absolute categorical proof that all of these pieces, which obviously fit together, lead to a crime. But with Trump, he told Michael Cohen, even though Michael Cohen in Congress stated that Trump knew nothing about it. You don't have that situation. Trump doesn't even have. This is campaign funds that the FEC didn't even find to be even a fine. I mean, that's what you're looking at with Trump. With Clinton, you can't prove that it wasn't that the servers. This is hilarious. That her servers for 4 years that she owned, that she stated numerous times she didn't even have a government email address. How can that be unintentional? You have secret servers for 4 years siphoning classified data operated by people who are operating servers that are running outside of the United States government, finding a way to accept emails from secure government locations, intel agencies. It is impossible from a cybersecurity perspective. How on earth can you possibly hook up that type of server system? It is like impossible. It's impossible to do. You can't just go into the U.S. government or any government, become an official, and set up servers to siphon data outside the U.S. government, and that's okay. Outside of the government, that's okay. You think you could work at Microsoft or Apple or join any IBM, any major corporation, even Walmart, whatever. You think you could work at any major corporation and have servers? I mean, this is like unbelievable. The corporate espionage is a big thing. Imagine, the actual statecraft and espionage and like spycraft of what takes place with servers that you could siphon. So even Michael Hayden, President Obama's top, very, esteemed top intel official, stated that he would lose respect for anyone who didn't obtain all the information on those servers. And still, I believe Hayden still voted for Hillary in 2016. I think Hillary Clinton will be the 24 nominee. I think she'll be the 24 nominee of the Democratic Party. But with Trump, oh my God, he had a relationship with Stormy, and then in 2006, and then Michael Cohen paid because there was an extortion attempt, and he's indicted. I mean, you have to understand the psychology here. The psychology is hilarious, but somebody within the Democratic Party had contact with the Manhattan DA and other attorneys. It's not difficult to prove. Michael Avenatti was had a Hillary Clinton super PAC funding his presidential campaign. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe. I'll be back in 1 hour. Thank you.